If there's one good thing about the SUV fad that isn't a fad anymore, and it's just something we've embraced as a nation, is that they keep getting better. Companies that had a crack and didn't quite get it right are coming back for a second go. Companies like Volkswagen. This is the new Tiguan. I don't mind telling you that Volkswagen have hurled a gigantic feline into a very small room full of pigeons.
The new Tiguan can be had with a choice of 3 petrol engines and 2 diesels. You can also have a manual at the bottom end of the range, the rest are 7-speed DSGs. What we have here is the mid-spec Comfortline 132 TSI. The 110 TSI is front-wheel drive and is under 40 grand. This one is all-wheel drive and well over 40 grand.
I reckon this Comfortline is the sweet spot of the range. For about the same price as a Japanese or Korean competitor, you're getting a lot of stuff. You miss out on a couple of things, but nothing important. It's also a much better looking car than the old Tiguan, which was a bit meek and mealy-mouthed and mild and looked like it had been designed by 7 different people. This one is current Volkswagen thinking, loud and proud, not pretty like a Jaguar, but very handsome, like my cameraman.
The 132 TSI 4Motion has a 132 kilowatt petrol engine driving all 4 wheels through a 7-speed twin clutch.
This is a very, very good interior. Much better than the old one, but also probably the best in the class. There's been a lot of thought put into this interior. There is storage everywhere. In the dash here, between the seats, there's cup holders, 6 in the whole car, including in the little tray table things there in the back. The bottle holders are in each door and they're big, and everything is lined with either rubber or felt to stop things from rattling and sliding around. And it also stops things from getting scratched. Heaps of safety gear. There's 7 airbags, autonomous emergency braking. It's got everything, this car, that you really need. This car is built for families. It's like they've thought, what do families want? They want safety, they want somewhere to put their stuff, and they want something that looks pretty good. And I think they've nailed all of those things here in the interior. In the old car, there were 2 really big complaints, and both of them related to space. The first problem was the back seat didn't really have enough space for, well, humans, but here we are. We have tons of space here, and if we want to, we can do this to get a bit more space in the back. And of course, armrest, cup holders, and these funky tray tables, which even have a little groove to put your tablet in. The other big space problem in the other car was the small boot. This is not a small boot. This is 520 litres, and when you push both of those seats all the way forward, it's 615. So what you can do with this car is actually get 4 grown adults in it, get all their stuff in it, and go off to the beach or the snow or whatever you want to do. So young families, no problem. Out on the road, the Tiguan is really good. It's got fantastic ride, really good handling. I've only driven the all-wheel drive 110 TDI and this one, the 132 TSI. There's not a great deal of difference between the diesel and the petrol, although there is probably a bit more go in the petrol. They both tow exactly the same, 2.5 tons braked trailer and about 750 kilos unbraked. It's quiet and everything just works. The only thing I don't like about it, and this is such a small whinge, the only thing I don't like about it is that when you put it into sport, the steering gets too heavy. That's it. That's all I got to moan about.
The only real problems I have with the car are these halogens. You can't get LEDs or Xenon'S unless you've got 50 grand to spend on the Highline, and that's a shame. As much as anything, they don't look as crisp or modern as the rest of the car. Also, its competitors have bigger wheels. I don't really care too much about that, and it's nothing a few $100 can't fix.
The new Tiguan doesn't necessarily match its competitors dollar for dollar or feature for feature, but it's got stuff the others just don't have and probably won't for a long time. It'll swallow your family and their stuff. It doesn't use much fuel. It drives really well. It's probably the best SUV on the market today. There's a new CX-5 coming. It better get its gloves off because this is going to be a ripper of a battle. And if you want to know more about this car, you can read our full review here.